It's still here. After all these years. Lots more than I remember. And you're a lot bigger. You might have to swim, boy. I wasn't being serious.
You two go on without me. I doubt that boat will hold a third.
If you're sure, we won't be long. Hop in, boy. This place hasn't changed at all. The rookery's right through those trees. Come on. Race you there? I bet I could still beat you. Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal? Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps. What is it, boy? This is all from the castle. And Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here? My sparring sword. Well, well. You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy? Thank you, Torgal. For never giving up. For never forgetting. Let's take this with us, shall we? So I don't forget either. That's not the way back to the boat, Torgal. All right. I'm coming. I think I know where we're going. People always talk about the importance of putting the past behind you. But without it, we wouldn't be who we are today. And we certainly couldn't steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Let's go home. Sorry for the wait. We're ready. It's oil. After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all. This should be enough.
You won't find a finer array this side of the strait. A fine choice. Many thanks. Thank you. Just what I was looking for.
Do you see that too?
What is it? Oh, please. Just make it stop. I'm scared.
Nothing good's gonna come of this, I'm telling you.
Just looking at it's enough to send a shiver down your spine.
Come on. Can't be Rutherford, can it?
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you! If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have!
Allow me.
I don't need your...
Please, Field Marshal, oblige him.
This won't take long.
You're right. It won't. Men, finish him.
A little longer than I'd have liked. Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you...
No, my lord.
Fucking traitors. But I hadn't thought the corruption had... It's a fucking... You're interfering old bastard of my lord, or is Sid the Outlaw Morty...
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am, or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a...
Before I agree to... I'd have you answer... What do you stand to gain?
I won't deny that I might benefit from... But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right one, I know I made them for the right... For so long. So many of us have been told how we could live, when it should have been our decision all along. But in order to take it, we must stand together. Even if it be beside those with...
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. You are no... I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and...
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only one.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals. But those... We will need an envoy. One who can court even...
I'm flattered. And I have other What we need is a skilled arbitrator.
Is that so? And would he...
Of a different kind.
Beggars. I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw and
I shall.
My Lord Marquis, your Lord Uncle bade me escort the Field Marshal to his...
And I will see that my associate joins...
Very good.
An envoy. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. Someone like Quentin.
Your Grace?
Cyril.
You found... Yes. If you would do us the honor.
An inheritance.
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before his passing.
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate.
What are these plans he spoke of?
His plans for the duchy, Your Grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the Burning Quill, who entrusted them in turn to me. The complete emancipation of bearers is their stated aim. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse, with the blight spreading ever more widely across the twins.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his life.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, nor would he have entrusted his vision to those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of...
It's a pity only they are still with us.
'Tis true that those most loyal to your father were the first to... But one at least remains.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that, after all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will.
And where is this?
She awaits you in the archive.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
Lord Marquis?
What is it?
One of our brethren lately journeyed across the strait. He sent an owl some while ago, but we...
Was he surveying another fallen room?
No. The object of his study was a savior cult that has arisen in Ash in recent... An ancient religion that worshipped. By gaining an understanding of this new faith...
And so you sent one of your brothers to Ash? A continent team?
Fully cognizant of the... I entrusted the mission to one of the most able of our order. The third chair. Though he has been silent for some days now, yet it seemed only right to inform you of... For as you so earnestly advised me...
But Ash is a big place.
Perhaps. The last owl I received from him, Mickleburg was its name. It lies in the southern... If aught ill...
Right.
You are much. Go then, with my hopes.
If this new faith really is an offshoot of the Circle of Malleus, then...
Let's concentrate on finding the third chair first, shall we?
My lord. I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield, loyal servant to the Phoenix and his shields. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery...
Lift up your head, lady. You have our gratitude.
I merely did my duty.
My lady.
What exactly is...
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of...
Indeed it has. Our father often...
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Matching armbands, alas. He did not live. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished, but it was not to be.
I see.
It saddens me to bring them, if it was your father's wish that you be presented with, but with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed. You are grown men now. And while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the heart, I know that nothing would have...
Thank you.
What say you?
What else? Of course, my lady.
Oh, I am much...
Do you know where we might find this?
I do. Though it may be, it is found in the bellies of elder griffins. We do at least know where to find one. A certain You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. Were you to slay it in his stead, as men have
What say you,
What else?
Ready, go?
Eyes peeled, Joshua.
There it is.
The House Rossfield.
Over here!
Nice try.
Get him!
Is this the hut? Stoner.
I expect Lady Goritha will know.
Are those bellows easy to work?
I've got a new design for a blade.
Would you like to see my wares? Certainly. May we meet again?
Come on.
Faster!
Here we are again. Carava, if you were a tortoise, Torgor, where would you hide? You deserve a rest. It looks like we found him. I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype.
Why the hell would Victor take... Here to help me pack? Thanks, but I'll be traveling light.
You're really going to go through with this then?
I am, but before I go...
If it's within my power to...
It's the children. And if I leave them here, they surely will. Our friendship would see them ostracized forever. But I can think of only one place where they are certain to be...
Of course.
Thank you, Clive.
Lubor!
What is it, Ferda?
There's been a flood in the Velcroy. The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged in...
What?
Every last one of the bastards has turned.
Bandits are one thing, but Akashic bandits are quite enough. We need to evacuate. Ferda, gather the men. The Akashic may strike at any moment. We must make ready to cover the townspeople's escape. Well?
Yes, my lord.
Clive, change of plan. The children stay with me for now. I need you to find Conrad and Natalie. Tell them to prepare for a full and immediate evacuation.
Understood.
I'll do what I can to convince everyone else. Wish me luck. You have to listen to me. They're coming.
Why do they always have to make such a...
It's you.
What do you want?
To pass on an important message. There's been an ether flood. Out in the Veldt. The camp where the so-called League of Outlaws were gathering has been swallowed. They're no longer just bandits. They're Akashic. You need to begin preparing for a full-scale
Oh, do we? And who...
Lubor, perhaps? The man spreading... You may believe his lies, my lord.
But why would he lie about something like that?
Some twisted attempt at revenge, perhaps. If he had not been unmasked, he may well have been elected a great honor for one of his kind. One he might well feel...
Lord Underhill, forgive me, but it has become... Lubor cannot be trusted, and...
You may not trust me. But for the sake... If there is any chance...
There isn't. You can be certain of. Now be off with you.
You're making a mistake.
Come, Clive. If our words will not move them, then we must find another way to help save the town.
You're right. Let's speak to Lord Furder.
I think we'd better shut up.
What's Lubor raving about now?
Lord Furder.
Cid, what's wrong?
I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the Akashic, but they've convinced themselves that nothing Lubor says can be the bloody which means the town guard can't be counted, but I can. You only have to ask.
I appreciate it.
Cid! Further!
Victor.
I couldn't abandon, and Lubor is in need of this very...
You have to believe me! The Akashic are coming! They don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't tire, and they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There won't be no parley, no mercy granted! We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
You should run!
Run, bearer!
Yeah, run!
Run!
Far, far away!
Run!
Just go on!
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes! Go!
Come on, then.
Go on, go!
Just go.
Lubor. Wait. Someone's coming.
Go! Come on!
Stop! You're hurting him! What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems, and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad?
And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that?
Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty?
Who spends all day, every day making sure things run smoothly round here? And none of you ever say thank you. Ever.
But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling?
He keeps this whole place going. And you act like he doesn't even exist.
Lubor, we've heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
We won't run, but we will fight.
All right, then.
Fine. Gather round if you don't want to die.
Allow me to explain the situation. The ether flood occurred near the village of Cheratina, deep in the Veldt. The place had been abandoned until the League of Outlaws decided to make it their... Now they're all turned, and if the scouts' reports are...
They are mindless monsters, driven only by hate. With the bandits, we at least knew how and where they will... When these creatures come, Dalamil will have the bitterest fight. The town guard will muster at the north gate. The rest... Both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to spread word of this. And as soon as it has been, we will converge on its position and see that it is driven. Conrad, can I count on the support?
Always.
I leave the selection and coordination of the messenger and the command of our men in yours, Ferda.
Consider it as you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people have the townsfolk barricade them and tell the merchants not to waste time securing anything beside the ascent. As long as we survive, it doesn't matter what our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known that the Briar's Kiss stands ready to cover it.
Very well.
Where do I fit into this?
Where else but the most I would like you to travel to the home of our erstwhile League of... Main host is most likely still there. And Dalamil will not be...
A little gardening.
I doubt it. I have a feeling these
Luckily so.
So you are. All right then, now it's simple.
Looks like everyone's ready.
There it is. The flood.
But what's waiting for us inside?
Can't leave a single one alive. This one.
The League is disbanded. I should get back to Dalamil and see how the others fared.
All the Akashic we were able... Seems that might be the...
Last of them.
Lubo, Clive.
Clive!
It's done.
I knew...
Thank you, my
friends. The Horde has been... And we need not fear the arrival of victory.
Lubor, after all you...
But we did. We only...
We need... So, if you would still like...
You do remember...
We do. It is a stain on ours. We thought only of what we perceived bearers to be.
I see. But I will...
Name them.
Firstly, that you will both do everything in your power to rally your people to my... If the Town Guard and the Merchants League do not accept my leadership... Unity is the key to defending Dalamil. When that time comes, I will expect us...
Of course.
And... You will accept that if I am to... The mistreatment of bearers, any bearer within our walls shall be afforded the same right. They will not be judged by what they are.
As we failed to do.
We agree to your conditions. And we have...
Condition... Well then, it seems... How fickle fate can be. Not so long ago, I had resigned myself to... And now, I find myself her leader. Here.
Lubo.
Fear not. You are, of course, I would sooner face another horde of Akashic than see them. I'll make sure that...
I don't doubt that you... And not just the children.
I'll do my... Can't have all your...
Quinton.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more. Go on, then. Propose. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can...
And you'd have me give up what little The people of Lostwing are my family. You'll have to find someone...
I'm sorry to...
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it they want you to speak for those who can't speak for... We'll see that the grapes are picked and the ton...
It's not...
Then what is it?
You know that's not...
Then what are you? Only why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced who's to say you couldn't...
A stirring... I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat.
So you'll join us? Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. I can arrange for a party of curse-breakers.
That would be very much... I hear the roads are...
My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape. Nazaire might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
I'm nervous. Well met, Sid. This is the initiate. Ember, present yourself.
At your service, Master.
Please, just Sid.
Oh, of course. The sergeant says you'll be evaluated.
To become a scout, yes.
I am. But I swore I'd...
Who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found no magic, no support, just one man. It taught me what one man can do, and I've been training ever since, so that...
You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds...
So... what?
You haven't even... Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. The guards there record all their... and bring it here.
And bring it here, right.
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial, you'll need to assess the situation. Determine it all without being discovered and thrown in...
Ember. Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out.
On my way. All right, Ember. Impress me. Let's go. These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready. Or maybe not. Damn it. Ember, draw your sword!
I can't!
Then run! If you want him, you'll have to go through me. Ember. Gone. Of course.
I didn't... Where is Ember?
He must have fled. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. He was nowhere to be seen.
I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but...
The right man for the job. I believe this is the logbook you tasked me with.
Eh? Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What? Wasn't to bring the thing back without getting caught.
He has you there, Nazaire. And he did it...
But Sid, he
did what he thought was best. And now I have to...
Of course. Don't you leave my sight.
Yes, Sergeant.
This won't be an easy decision.
A fortress?
The garrison is threatening to pull their sentries from the markets.
I would speak with this Duke.
Saw the captain just now. Your town needs you.
Do you have a moment, Clive?
What is it?
It's the Duke, unsurprisingly. His Eminence has assumed full control of the garrison and put every able-bodied man to work on the fortifications. The town was left all but unguarded, so Philippe was compelled to form a citizens' watch to fill the void. And though my dear boys have been characteristically willing to assist him in this, they want for bodies. So I was wondering if you would lend them your strength, that the people of Northreach might sleep easier, if only for a few nights.
Of course. Whatever you need.
Thank you, Clive. What would I do without you? Philippe told me he had men stationed at...
Where can I find the mistress of this establishment?
Here, my lady. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
My name is Sabine, and it is my displeasure to be the daughter of the Duke of Oriflamme, who I understand is causing you and your town no small amount of trouble. I wish to speak to you about what might be done.
Very well. Let us speak. I trust you'll forgive me, Clive.
Absolutely. Our conversation can wait.
Please, proceed.
As you know, my father is a most overbearing and supercilious man, and I join you in objecting to his every action. Indeed, I owe you my thanks for continuing to argue against his reckless plans. Yet I fear he is not one to be swayed by reason. No. He must be made to face the consequences of his actions.
And who would make him do this?
I would. Myself and several other like-minded individuals. Were you to join us, we would surely have the strength to drive him from Northreach for good.
Does that not seem a trifle... drastic?
Drastic action is precisely what is called for. My father would have it that citizens exist only to serve the Empire. But he is wrong. It is not the people who must serve the Empire. He's scornful of the opinions of it, but he cannot be allowed to ride roughshod over the... We must fight.
Fight him? No. Respectfully, my lady. Our only chance of saving this town. While I understand your frustrations, I cling to the hope.
False hope, I assure you. But I see that your mind is made up. I shall bother you no longer. If you will extend me the same courtesy, I bid you good day.
She certainly has spirit.
Indeed. But unfortunately for us, that's which may be enough to seal the fate of this town. This is all about her and her father.
Families.
I'm sorry. Ah, yes. But perhaps it's better that you heard them from him. I believe he's in the market.
Right away.
It's just a pity I cannot join you.
Your town needs you. Saw the captain just now.
What does the dame have to say about all this?
So you are content to abandon the... Please, I beseech you. If you are a true son of Northreach, you must...
That's exactly what or trying to, at least. The land is...
Even when our true enemy... Fine. You're not the only ape. Thank you so much for your...
She cornered you too, then?
Could hardly get a word in edgeway. Like father, like...
She made an uninvited appearance at the fair, hoping to convince the dame to join.
I bet that went well. Anyway...
Our mutual friend thought you might welcome some help.
Oh, right, as always. We've had some reports, you see.
They're back.
Seems that way. We haven't been able to confirm anything yet, but...
Right.
You know Grieger's Weep?
I'm on my way.
Thank you, Clark. I'll look into one of the others.
Run like the wind. Damn it. The reports were true. I need to stop them before they get to the town. Get him! This one. Let's up! Over here! This one. Over here. This one. Get him. Over here. Call that a test, Ultima?
Clive! You all right?
I am. I dispatched the few that I found.
Well, that's something, I suppose. But what were they doing south of town? We might be able to fend off an attack from one side or the other.
Do you have eyes in the north?
Some. I should probably go... You head back to Northreach. I want you...
What do you mean?
Her ladyship's been busy working her magic on the... stirring up ill feeling towards her father.
What? I'll do what I can to... Be careful out there.
Don't worry, I'm not like you. One sniff of those things and I'm running back.
Do you not see, Father? The people of Northreach have given enough, and only a fool would ask for more.
Listen to me, Sabine. Where would our people be without their country, hmm? The Empire is their sword and their shield. It is she that ensures they can live without fear. And now she teeters on the brink. Without their sword, how will the people fight? Without their shield, how will they protect their kin? Can the unarmed stand against the advancing hordes? No. But there is yet hope. A new shield, a new sword. A new empire. We can rebuild Sandbreck, just as Great Grieger wills it.
Perhaps we could, Father. But we don't want to. Not if it is built on the broken backs of the people. Please, let us not quarrel in the street. You must see that no good will come of this. Our fight is not with each other, but with the threat that draws ever closer to our gates. A threat that your sword has yet to rid us of, Your Eminence.
You will hold your tongue, whore! You may have filled my daughter's head with your heresy, but I will not be corrupted.
Corrupted? Your daughter's opinions are her own, as you would know if you had ever deigned to listen to her. At least I hope they are your opinions, and not posturing born of a family feud. Northreach deserves better than that.
Northreach deserves better than you, Carla. Yes, I know who you are. The slut of Twinside who bedded a Branded.
Jealous, are you? That a woman might choose a bearer over a pious man of Grieger.
Clive! I met a swarm of thralls coming south from Oriflamme. Hundreds of them. Too many to count.
No. Work on the fortifications has scarcely begun. We will retreat to Caer Norvent and there make our stand. Did you hear me? That was an order!
While this is but a heartfelt plea, let us make our stand here and protect our homes. Protect those that we love. Together, for Northreach!
You heard the dame. What are we waiting for? Pikemen to the gates. Archers to the roofs. Quickly, come on!
But she is but a common...
whore, yes. And we'd follow her to the gates of hell. The men have their orders, and they look like following them. I got them spaced out at regular intervals. Whichever direction the thralls strike from, they'll...
Thank you, Philippe. Rest assured the people will play their part. Should any of your men be injured, take them to the...
Thank you, milady.
I'll play my... You still want for numbers. I only hope I can go some way to... Philippe, can I leave the south in your hands?
Of course. What about you?
I'll make my way up the road to Orif. I fought a few of these things. And well, I can't promise to...
All right.
Thank you.
You can thank us.
Till then, but...
There are so many of them.
Not for long.
Kill!
No. It's only just begun. Let's try.
All yours, Torgal.
I wonder how the others fared. Better hurry back to town.
Clive, it's good to see you.
And you. The road to Oriflamme is clear. How did you and your men fare?
Well, we ended up fighting for our lives down by the lake. Took a few nicks, but enough.
Glad to hear it.
Well, it seems we've... I thank you both for...
You were right, and I was wrong. I had thought that the only way to unite that without a strong hand, they would drift apart. But you, not by force, nor by the exercise of goddess, but by simply being one of them.
Our purpose was ever the same. You were merely distracted by a loftier vision of empire.
As did you. His radiance said it himself. I forgot that.
I'm sorry too. I should never have taken things. I only wanted you to understand how I...
Do not blame yourself, my dear. I should have listened to you.
Your Eminence, your ladyship. I do not, but I believe the same could be said. We all want safety, security, and we may yet achieve it. Will you join us? Thank you. Now that that is settled, and today there are more...
Madam Isabel, I see that it is...
You're right.
Forgive me for saying so, my lady. The dame said it herself. We can turn, and that goes for you. You're one of us now.
One of you?
Well said, Captain.
Well, I should see if Isabel needs any help.
Can we get you anything? There's no need to worry any longer.
I saw several soldiers being carried to the Vale.
How goes the treatment of... I'll be happy to man one end of it. Don't mention it.
Oh, but I must.
Tell me. If Northreach... I sense you would rather have died here. For you, madame, I have all the time.
Very well. I was Carla then. So sought after was I that it was only they. Alas, those half naive as I fell in love with her. He was my master's guard. The gentlest man I have. After they discovered us together, he was whipped bloody and forbidden from ever and so we fled. Not that we had anywhere to flee to. Until we found ourselves. It was the veil that fed us. Those that could be healed at least.
He passed away.
He did. But at least we were able to share a few moments of... It was the greatest gift I have ever... But the generosity of this town, and how the men and women of the Vale supported me, though I was still a stranger to them. And so I swore that I would always do the same. That I would return the kind... That I would repay my...
Thank you, Isabel, for sharing this with me.
Perhaps that is why I have such a... Never stop fighting, Clark. And I shan't either. I know that it will not be easy to... The people, the soldiers, even the Duke of all united in defense of this town. And what of you? Can we count on your...
Always.
Ready, go? Fly, Ambrosia.
This be Nickelberg.
Be safe.
These people aren't turned. And the village seems safe enough at least. What is going on?
Ah.
Heed the call. No, to be honest,
Is that...
What are you doing here?
It is my home.
You keep saying that.
They came to perform the rite. This village, where they shall cast their souls.
Give them...
Oh, Lord, let free us from...
They want... Forgive me. But did it...
You mean the traveler from Storm? Yeah.
Thank you.
They seek the same salvation Barnabas did. At least the third chair still lives. Let's go and find him.
Excuse me.
I am. Lord Rosfield.
That's right, and you must be the third chair.
I am.
Cyril was worried for your safety.
Then I must apologize. I did not mean to trouble the bearer of the burning queen.
He said that you had failed to report.
I came here to study the followers of this new faith. You have seen them at their prayer. They devote themselves to the veneration of their Lord, praying night and day that they might be rid of their... Not that they might be granted respite from their worldly work. Serve him with all. I, too, swore to devote my life to the... And so I would see it through. See these people safe, that they might do their duty to their Lord.
You do understand what their dream...
I do, my lord. They would cast aside their wills and... I know that it may be hard to believe, but to these people, forgive me, my lord. But I must... Did you hear that, my lord?
I'll go and find out what. An ether flood. Oh no. There must be something I can do. Echoes as well. Found her.
Ready, brother?
Ready. This one. Over here. Sickle. What now? We meet again. I've killed your kind before. Damn it! Don't you die. Come on, speak to me.
I had to save them, that they might have a chance to find true salvation by devoting themselves to the service of their Lord. Just as I did when the Undying plucked me from the gutter and gave me a cause to believe in. A duty to serve was everything to me, and I would not deny them that fulfillment, even if they must become Akashic in order to achieve it. Forgive me, my Lord Marquis. I did not mean to trouble you with this. My findings. Could you deliver them to Master Cyril for me?
Of course. Your duty will be done.
Look, my lord. They are saved.
They are saved. Found her. I should get this report to Cyril.
Are you buying or selling? Come again.
My Lord Marquis, I am glad to...
I met with your third chair, Cyril.
Thank you. He remained in...
He died protecting the villagers from... I buried him in Mickelberg.
If you could not save him...
The villagers, they were They prayed to their god that they might be unburdened. Then an ether flood came. Your brother sacrificed himself even knowing that life...
Then he perished defending liberty. For the right to choose how one dies is no less sacred than the right to...
Sid would agree.
A noble ambition. To die for... It matters not how misguided others might judge one, only that the decision... We live according to the teachings of our order, for better or worse.
But he didn't die for your creed, and you still believe that what he did was wrong.
I believe we of the Undying are not slaves, and this was his will.
I'd like to know this man's name, to know the names of all the Undying who've fallen in the line. They died serving my house. That is my duty.
Of course, I shall fetch the Book of Martyrs at once. My lord, it has been the greatest honor of my... Though our duties may differ, yours isn't. And were they here, I have...
Thank the Founder you were safe. The Griffin is slain then?
And the Heartstone claimed.
Yes. This radiant light. Thank you, my lord. Your father...
Lady Godeth.
Thank you, Cyril. If you would excuse me, I shall have... The armbands are grey. Take. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet. And the graven vines encircling the stone represent the unbreakable bonds between you.
It's a message. Enemies who would thwart his vision. Only.
And only if we stood together. As Phoenix and Shield. As brothers in arm.
Indeed. His Grace knew but this was more than just a message. It was a promise. That he would always be with you.
Thank you for remaining the steadfast.
Forgive me, my lady. There is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the ducal treasures for her own. Even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not have overlooked so...
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though of the deep love he had for... In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered... I tried to warn your father, but it was too late. When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short. So...
And thank the Founder you did.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin, thinking I might claim the Heartstone on its passing. And so my pursuit continued, until Lord Cyril appeared before me. He informed me that His Grace's will had been recovered, and that his sons were alive and well.
Lady Godetha, on behalf of my father and all the people of Rosaria, I thank you for your loyal service.
As do I.
Thank you, my lord. Your Grace, for coming back to us. Forgive...
The bands suit you well. It must be gratifying to finally receive the inheritance that was denied you for so long.
It is. And we thank you for the part you played, Cyril.
If you would permit me to play my part, let him see that you have received.
I suppose it would be... What do you say, Clive?
I was hoping to be able to offer him my...
Your father's helm is enshrined there, since the day we recovered it from Phoenix Gate. I prithee claim it. For it too is a part of your inheritance, and I do not doubt that your father would prefer it in your hands than perched upon some lonely rock.
Thank you, Cyril. Come on, Clive. He's waiting. Fly, Ambrosia. Unwavering will. And an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
Save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies. Of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
It's just back there. Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What what he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
We won't lay you down.
Onward, then?
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashik. I need to hurry.
Caution, brother.
All right. Back to the stables, girl. There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet. But let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether's thickest there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. We're risking a lot just being here. Better keep my eyes open for signs of life.
Kill!
All yours, Tor! Attack! Get him!
Caution, brother. Quiet.
No sign of any bearers yet. I hope you have better luck downstairs.
Have care.
Let darkness
Caution, brother.
Minimal loss of Waluda lives. Even the Imperials take bet. They were feeding bearers to it. So this place was no ordinary prison. And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled. Nothing but a Kashyyyk down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on. No luck downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents, and it can't be true, can it? Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And all in order to bring about more, and not just those who could fight, but those who wouldn't, or couldn't.
I'm afraid.
Then we're too late.
Don't say that.
A key.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. Finish up here.
All right.
Let's see what we can find down here. A survivor. And she sounds close.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we did.
Ready when you are. You poor thing. He must have been terrified.
Did Chadwick send you?
What?
He fought the monster. He must have sent you. Where is he?
Chadwick.
Was that?
What?
We have to get out.
Doris.
All right. You...
It's out there waiting for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
Sid,
I'm fine. What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick. He was here.
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last.
Chadwick...
Come on.
No. I'll see that she's looked after from...
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days.
She is. I thank the flames we found her.
I know. I'm sorry we weren't.
There's no need to apologize. How he fought to the bitter end. That's the man I remember.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your part.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. For years, we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about... So we escaped. But staying together was... After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought with, and he died not as someone's tool.
Haida Marie is proof of that. And the curse breakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done.
Thank you, Doris. Mid.
Aw, you make it sound like I asked you to save the world.
Tell me, this is all you need.
It's most of what I need. After you left under cogwheel. Just gears that smaller a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spec.
Wait, the children. When they took apart your scales, there was a now that I think about it, they...
The young'uns? But why would they... I'll keep working on the model. You...
Sid!
She wasn't. She's just busy.
A new invent, is it an...
Do you think she'll let...
That just so happens to be why I'm here. A brass gear.
Oh!
We saved it, just in case...
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling all the pieces that are left over. We keep on...
That's...
Look! I found it! Is that all? Just the gear?
That's all for now.
Thanks, Sid.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Well?
They did.
Will it work?
What exactly...
Only the most... The wings aren't going to move on their own. Well... That should do it. Here goes nothing. Titan's tits.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The Mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes. Children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my Mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work...
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it ain't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm gonna bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. Ooh, I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said, dream big. But it ain't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? Only that it's a good one. And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left in me.
I'm sure you do.
I will not let them be forgotten. Sid.
Of course.
It is an honor to... My name is Herman. I wish to be deployed to Ash.
No, I will not send good men, and why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve something. I was raised in an orphan, or rather, it was not a place of nurture. It existed solely to... We were tortured. until we feared no pain, and few ever survived long enough.
I can't imagine.
I lost so many. But they must be remembered. The Institute was run with military precision.
Cid. You were a good friend, but the fact remains that Ash is...
Cid.
Too dangerous for you. I'll go to Bad Buck.
You will?
I won't let you...
I don't...
You can start by telling me where...
Vida Grace.
All right.
May the mothers...
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot. Here you are. All done?
You should have... Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yes. Truth be told, it was me who suggested rape, but from what I hear, things didn't go quite as planned.
No, they most certainly did not. Ember lost his nerve in the face of a beast of prey, but he didn't lose heart. He pressed on, and he achieved his aim. And is that not what we are?
Indeed it is. Thank you. The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened warrior on hand to pluck him from the jaws of peril. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back, Ember is little more than a liability.
Wait, Sergeant. Ember still... And this time he was found wanting. But after all...
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade. But a scout's nose is different. And by sniffing out that log, young Ember ears wouldn't do to waste it now.
Fine.
I'll do whatever. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit. I'll show you.
Daft as a brush, that one. But his heart's in the right place. Just like someone else we know. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him for far too long. That time the curse breakers took some of the weight off his shoulders, I reckon.
It couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been hard done by. Next thing you know, he'll be asking for a day off. Chance would be a fine thing. Back to work.
Forgive me, Sid. This did not play out as I expected.
Things really do these days. But that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Men who can make the best out of a bad situation. Remember that.
I will, Sid. Thank you.
There's something about it.
Uncle, I bring good news. The Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Ha! Of course he has. I didn't doubt you for a moment, dear boy.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Portazolder as we speak. They will await your return there. As will one other.
One other? Who?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm, he asked if I might have a solution.
One of your co-conspirators?
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his. But yes.
Another outlaw, then. Just the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in their places. Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you approve.
The more the merrier, eh?
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quinton can solve our problem with the armies, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't you worry, my boy. The 7 high houses will be seeing to that. They have all agreed to make the most generous of donations. Oh, of course, it did take a little persuasion, but luckily I had some unexpected help.
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward Rockford from a horde of bloodthirsty bandits.
It was more of a handful.
Well, the old battle-axe was so pleased. She had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks by the next new moon. And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves in the rush to follow suit.
I'm happy to hear it.
Now, I must be getting back to the manor. Join us there at your earliest convenience, would you?
Of course, Uncle.
And how, pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun with Akashic?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen, perhaps I might suggest an alternative approach. Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from here to Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside to work the fallow fields. But I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interruption. Two such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the likes of me. Rutherford spoke fondly of the great bond between you.
Us? Friends?
I can't stand the man!
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep.
And what kind of company were you expecting him to keep? The man's a criminal!
Criminal? How dare you? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this fine, upstanding young gentleman.
Upstanding? He calls himself Sid the Bloody Outlaw!
Once more onto the breach.
Shall we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation. We wish simply to bring stability, and to do that, we must convince those in power. There will be disagreements, yes. And if we show them the path, the fate of the world lies in my nephew, but the well-being of her people lies in our...
Uncle Byron.
Now, with that settled, let's move on. For what great moment in history has... Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you...
That it is.
This is the role you were born for. We shall play our parts to the best of our ability. The realm needs its Sir Crandall. And I want you to keep...
I will.
What do you think that thing is?
You alright?
Something troubling you?
No, it's just... Edda's baby up...
I'm sure she'd like...
Back in the north. Yeah, I'll let the little tykes know they were welcome in the...
So?
Well, the problem is that Edda's due any day now.
Is there anything I can do to... All right, then.
A good luck charm.
Not just that.
No. What? There's nought lucky and all. The thing is, they're hard to come by.
Only the big day is fast approaching.
That or the bird whose horse it's attached to.
Well, there's no shortage of those. I think I might make that my first port of call.
You're a good friend, Clyde.
So what do I owe the honor? What do you want? Not bad, if I do say so myself. No scratches, all right? That it? Fine.
If Joshua's worried about Jill, I should go and speak with him. Joshua, I don't think I'd realized how different, but...
I suppose it's not hard to...
She doesn't think she belongs in...
And that's why we need to remind her, to let her know that we still need her. But how to do that?
Of course. Do you remember the time we accompanied Father on, and Jill and I broke from the procession to...
To see the snow day. It was the first time Father had allowed us to join. And when he realized you were missing, he had the entire retinue.
In the rain. It was a law.
Then it seems you and Jill have unfinished business.
Man's Hill.
Oh, true. Though I suspect it is also much...
You're saying I should go and scout the area for Ban?
I'm saying we...
Ready, girl?
Thanks, girl. Dogs. Quite a specimen it is, too. No match for you, eh, Torgal? The entire village looks abandoned. Now, which house would a bookworm live in? This is a Royal Army logbook. His interests were certainly varied. This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
Leaving so soon, stranger? We've been watching you. From a distance, so to speak.
Subtle. I know who you are.
Then we need not waste time on hand me the book. Leave it in
your care.
That is but by one means or another.
Then I'll have to I won't let you erase it.
Then we find ourselves at an... Very well. The book can just as easily be pried from your dead hand.
Let's see, shall we?
Impressive. But we have other means. We shall claim the book yet.
Why do you want it so badly anyway?
It lays out in no uncertain terms the vanity and avarice of mankind. It tells the shameful history of the persecution and oppression. Would you say that this interpretation will...
I don't know.
You don't? Your sword may be sharp, so let me answer for... There is no correct... That a series of events took place may be proved beyond... It is a question of numbers. If enough people believe that...
So you're trying to control them?
We are trying to protect from knowledge. That would bring... That is all. You may keep the book. The world is small. Until then.
Wait. Damn it. Let's get this back to Vivian. Good girl.
Run like the wind.
Faster!
Back to the stables, girl. This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here. Disposed of. Conditioning. This is nothing short of... This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out. Forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. This must be the registry. So many names. This place was a slaughterhouse. But where is the architect of all this misery? It was only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed. Too slow. I'm done here. Let's get the registry back to Herman. This is the place, but...
I'm sorry, Clive. We keep looking. Man's Hill cannot be the only place where snow daisies grow.
Perhaps, but it's the only place I know of.
Then why not ask someone who...
Someone at the backyard? Let's hope one of the merchants here has what Gav needs. Excuse me, a silver
Oh, or maybe not. There was a man stopped by the rest not long ago, near some guide hovel. Most took him for a brat.
We'll see.
Just because the heavens have gone to wreck and ruin, it don't mean we have to.
How, dude? You've the look of a man.
I'm looking for
If that's the case, no one has seen us. Word is, they were all hunted for their feather. If any are still out there.
You're probably right.
It doesn't still hurt, does it? The people of the rest may seem to be in high spirits, but give them a little wine, a little company, and the tears soon begin to flow. Don't keep your woes to yourself, soldier. Open those floodgates. You'll feel the better for it, believe you me. The people of the rest may seem to be in high spirits.
Can I help you with something?
You wouldn't happen to sell...
But if it's fancies you're after...
Was a silver chocobo?
Oh, yes.
It wouldn't be the first. A silver chocobo sighted in the hills near Rhiannon Tride. It sounds almost too good to be true. But since I'm already here... Good girl.
Can hardly make it.
Tracks. They're not left by bandits for a change. More tracks. The chocobo was here. I don't hear anything. Well, I'll be damned. It's all right. I'm not going to hurt you. Just borrowing a feather for my friend. Let's get this back together before they change their minds.
Who drove His Highness to madness on your knees?
What? He hasn't heard. Damn it. Dion would have been glad to have you back at his side.
And how might I help the garrison today?
Those things didn't fight like men.
Come on.
Be safe.
Not another one.
Farewell.
I'm getting tired of these things. Let's hope one of the gardeners knows where to find snow daisies.
So what do I owe the honour? So, what'll it be? No scratches, all right? And?
It was no trouble at all.